Hello everybody, and welcome to the first ever video of Chase's Wildlife. Today I will be talking about jumping spiders, and I will be explaining everything you need to do to take care of them, type of enclosure you need, and just overall a beginner's guide to jumping spiders. So, to get jumping spiders, you can typically go on breeders' websites and buy them, or they aren't endangered at all. As long as you don't get endangered species, you can find them outside and grow them up. And what you typically want for an enclosure is, you don't want an enclosure like a pill bottle. You want like something kind of like this, like a pretty big enclosure with no escape routes, and you also especially want some ventilation holes. You typically would want some things to climb on, some like vertical surfaces. I added a lot of bark found outside, but before you add it into the enclosure, it could have pesticides that could harm the spider. So first you want to give it a rinse in pretty hot water to kill off any germs. You can buy multiple decorations off of things like Amazon. I get a lot of my decorations, I got them at Petco as well. It's good to have some hides. I have a moss hide. It's hard to see, but it's like right about there. And then I have like a little crochet hide right up here. You want some fake plants, and you want a good amount of space to allow the spider to crawl around. You can add some cute decorations like the crochet I added, and I also added a little fabric bed, which was just funny. And yeah, that's overall what you want to start with for a spider enclosure. Just a lot of grippy climbing spots. Next is I'm gonna talk about how to care. You want to feed them. It depends on their size, but you can, if they're bigger, you can feed them small crickets, but I typically use flightless fruit flies. There's a lot in there. I typically just open up the lid and just dump a couple like that. Typically, you don't want a lid like this. I didn't know at the time when I got it, because sometimes they can build their nests right up here, and then that'll rip open the nest. But what you typically, I'm just fixing the lid. What you typically want for this is something that opens right around here so you can lift it up. And yeah. Also, to give it, they still need water and all that. So if you could just get a mist enclosure, sorry about that. You can just find a mist enclosure off of Amazon and just get a mist bottle. However, you do not want a mist bottle that you found in your house that had like previous chemicals in it. Like, you don't want to like just rinse out a Windex spray bottle and then just use that, because it can still carry that bacteria, and if it drinks that, it could die from it. So you want something that was either only used for water or just buy a new one. This was only used for water, so I used that. Jumping spiders are super good beginner pets. They really do not cause any problems at all. They're super chill. And they're just overall really good pets. I think that, yeah, a good starter species would probably be the regal jumping spider, but it really depends on where you live because that's native to Florida. I currently have a tan, I don't know the exact name, but I have a tan jumping spider in here. The good places to find them is along brick walls like this. They can just be crawling up here or in those crevices up there. And just on like shutters on the side of your houses are really good spots as well. Yeah, they're just super easy pets to take care of. And also with the fruit flies, it depends on where you live, but if it's typically hot, like around like 90 degrees around where you live. You do not want to keep these outside because the entire colony will just die and then you will not have any food for your spider. So I keep this in my garage, but it also depends on where you live, because if you live in like Florida, perchance, for an example, it gets really hot in your garage. So if you live in somewhere like Florida, I would typically keep it inside. But where I live, it doesn't get too hot, so I keep this in the garage. And spiders, the enclosure you can keep inside. I just have it outside for right now. And yeah, they're overall just super easy pets to take care of, and I would 100% recommend. They're also just really cool to observe because they're super curious and all that. I actually was feeding my spider earlier today, and it was, I filmed it jumping at a fruit fly and like eating it, and that was super cool. A cool fact about how they eat is that they actually inject enzymes into their prey, which first of all paralyzes them and then liquidizes the inside, then they drink the inside. It's kind of weird, but yeah. I'll post that video probably later. And yeah, just overall, jumping spiders are great pets. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I will be posting more. Goodbye. Subscribe.